good evening. And this is take two. Here's me hoping for no technological gremlins tonight. But I've switched over from. Oh, now I seem to be live. I seem to be live. Yay! I tried this before on Firefox. That's my usual browser that I use. And it was just the spinning blue wheel of death. So and actually it's my own fault because having brought in the router from home, the Wi-Fi router from home, which does work, I forgot to bring it today. Of course, and actually there's a funny story because I put it down to overwork and it's a bit rainy. I'm trying to juggle so many things, and I've had. Okay, right. So this I wasn't planning to tell you, but I will. I'll just launch straight in because it is. This is going to be a proper blethery brew with complete with giant mug of brew. Anyway, yeah. So I've been having some issues with my car. Now, first of all, it was the rear driver light that just went off, and I just thought it was a bulb. Took it to the garage that's right next door to the studio. Oh, it was a whole sucking in of teeth. Oh, you'll need to get an auto electrician on that. Can't. I've stripped it back as far as I can. I can't see the fault. I don't know what the problem is. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is like I can't drive without a backlight. So I managed to find. It's actually really quite hard. It seems to be to find auto electricians. They seem to be very busy just now. Anyway, through I sort of got hold of somebody who referred me on to somebody else who didn't get back to me. That was a mobile auto electrician, and then I found another. I went to a local garage who said, "Oh well, we use these ones in Royton," and then they said, "Well, we're fully booked, so but you can use these ones in Castleton." Turns out the one that they recommended was actually a lovely 2 mile walk across the fields directly, door to door from my studio. It was perfect, perfect. They're lovely people. So they fixed it last week, and the backlight worked for the best part of the day. And then come the evening, it went off again. I was like, what's going on? So took it back in on Monday, last Monday. I can't even remember what day it was. I took it back in. Anyway, they couldn't find what was wrong with it. They thought, oh, maybe it was the bulb. They replaced the bulb. Then they thought it was maybe a faulty bulb. Anyway, touch wood, touch wood, things are working okay. But I was in this state of the whole point of this very long, rambling, Ronnie Corbett type story is that this morning, well, last night actually, I couldn't get my passenger electric window to go down. I know this is like it's totally randomness, but I was in the frame of mind where, oh my goodness, my car's electrics are just, they've just up sticks and or down tools and just said, I'm not working anymore. Go away, go away. And, what next? What's going to break down next? So I was, fiddling around, trying it from the driver's side button, the passenger side button, just didn't work at all. So I called out the auto electrician this morning who came along. He had a look at it, phoned me 5 minutes later, called me down, and he was like, "Well, it was quite an easy fix, really. Do you see this button here on the driver's door, which has a window icon and a little cross through it?" He said, "Well, if you press that, that disables the electric window." So it's apparently a childproof lock, and or a childproof thing, and as we've discovered, it's now a Kirsten-proof thing. So I didn't check it last night. I was just like, oh, it's just all not working. Anyway, 3.5 minutes of total blethers there. Return to form. And hopefully, I'm not just blethering into the ether and empty space. I'm not sure whether I can see. Oh, yes, I can. I can see the comments. This is wonderful. So excellent. Carol, oh, so take two did come on. It did. Oh, I was very interested about that because I wonder because on Firefox it really was just the spinning blue wheel of death, of doom, of you're not going anywhere, mate. So I just thought, no, okay. So I'm actually on Chrome now. Anyway, Dawn, you're here. Hello, Dawn. Lovely to see you. And Lorna. Found you again. You can run, but you can't now. Oh dear. I honestly didn't think that it worked. It just kept spinning and going. Yes, we're thinking about it. We might go live, but we're not sure yet. You'll just have to wait. So anyway, it did work. Okay, that's interesting to know. And we have Darren identifying as Vicky for tonight. So lovely to have you here too, Vicky. And Tracy, we've got here as well, just coming up to our birthday adventures. Wonderful. And Nicole from sunny Dumfries and Galloway now. Hello there. Ah, how lovely. Well, it's kind of like old times, and it really is kind of like old times because, of course, technical gremlins just seem to dog me wherever. Anyway, it's lovely to see you. I know today should have really been a demonstration, but actually, when I was sort of thinking about tonight, I was like, I'm sure I did a demonstration 2 weeks ago. No, but apparently it was 4 weeks ago, and I don't know where the last 4 weeks have gone. So, but actually, this is quite a good time because not only, my finger is on the mend. I'm not going to show you. I don't think you can see it very well, but it's definitely much less icky than it was over the weekend. It was like, oh, I could barely look at it. But anyway, my Haley, who I share a room with, she's just back there. Well, she's not back there just now, but that's her office at the other side of the units back behind me. Um, she said it was a bit like is there a program called Pimple Popper, Doctor Pimple Pop? Anyway, it was that. I think that's all I'm going to say about my finger. Other than it was my right index finger. I am right-handed. It is my dominant finger, and it's amazing how much you actually use your index finger for. Who knew? But actually, what I found out is that for sugar mice, I can actually more or less work without the finger, which is I was so pleased when I discovered this. Now I could not have explained that to you. I'm sure I've said this before, but whenever I've done occasional sort of tutorials or demonstrations, on the ground, and I've tried to explain what I'm doing, and I'm kind of doing this in the live demonstration. I'm kind of talking my way through what I do, but I never kind of know what I do, so I don't really know which fingers I use or which hands I use or what I actually do. But I've discovered that for the normal mice that I make, either sitting or standing, but the normal mice, I use this finger quite a lot, and so it was very sore to try and make normal mice. But sugar mice, not so bad. I actually shape the nose with my left hand, and I can just sort of, I can grip the body with all fingers but my index finger. So that's the movement, slightly exaggerated because if I was doing a mouse that size, it would be like huge. So I was so pleased that I was still able to make some mice and made enough for the charity poppy event, which I'm still going through because today has been the first day that I've actually been able to type without going ouch, 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 or having a plaster on it and then basically just splodging. So every time I typed with my index finger, I would just like hit several keys at once, which made typing a very slow, tedious, and somewhat frustrating experience. So today I have been email ninja, yes, and I've been working away, getting up to date. It's been really good, but I'm still going through the Sunday's events. So if you haven't heard from me, don't worry, I'm getting to you. Definitely getting to you. So now, oh goodness, and Alison, hello again. Right, okay, Dr. Pimple Popper. So Nicole knows about Dr. Pimple Popper. I've never watched it. I have no wish to see it. I think I saw enough of it with my finger. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so yes, now as what else I've been doing, because of course those of you who have been following or are part of the Squeak Show, now you might have noticed that I've been kind of doing the Squeak Show for the last year, and I can't believe that next month is the last Mouse in the Collectible series. But the whole point of it, well, it actually wasn't the whole point, but one of the main points of this whole Squeak Show was to do a calendar. Now the calendar is ready. I am about to unveil the calendar, and I'm not going to do any fancy technological things because we don't get on very well fancy technological things. So I'm going to be sending out a newsletter this week to all those on the Squeak Show newsletter list. So you get first dibs, you get to have a look at it first. It's not going to go on sale until the next shop event, which is the 28th of November, Sunday the 28th of November. And that's when you can buy calendars, that's when you can buy cards and Christmas cards, and I'll get them all sent out. And I'm going to do as many wee Christmas creatures as I can for then. But oh my word, I've got a lot of other things on. So I'll do my best. But the plan, I think, what I'll do, because I'll be working on December Squeak Show Mouse, that'll be the last one, and then I'll have a lot of packing to do, because lots of people have got their Squeak Show Mice in the departure lounges that I have. I'm sure I showed you them. I'm sure I did a little quick guided tour of the display cases that I use as little compartments for everybody who's ordered them. So they all have to get packed up, parceled off, and sent off, and that's going to take some time. Do you remember last year, last Christmas, last December, instead of having an event in December, I was taking requests from people who wanted a Christmas creature. So I think I'll do something similar for this year. So get your thinking caps on. If you have any particular Christmas creature in mind, let me know. I'll probably, well, actually, don't let me know now because I'll probably lose the comments in the chat. But I'll probably start a thread. I will start a thread. I won't probably. I will start a thread. And I'll send out my newsletter at the beginning of December as well. And then you can just come back to me and say, oh, could you make me a whatever the might be. So that's probably how it's going to work. But I will be juggling December Squeak Show mice and packing them all up, and I will be juggling sending out the calendars and cards if for those who wish them. I'm kind of hoping that you do because they are lovely. They're so nice. I was taking pictures of them today for the listings in the shop, and I just love how they've turned out, and I can't wait to share them with you. So I'm going to do a little for my newsletter going out with the calendar reveal, and next week I'll post pictures and do something similar in the group, in the QA group. And on my Quernus page as well. But the Squeak Show subscribers will get first look at all the pictures and see what it's like. If you want to, some people might not want to. Some of you might want to preserve the surprise and maybe keep it going and just open each scene as each month unfolds next year. I think Abby said that she'd be doing that, and I'd be so impressed for anybody who could do that because I'm a total instant gratificationist, so I would have to just look at them all like now, as I have been, obviously. But whenever I get a calendar, I kind of want to look through it all right away, so I can see which one I'm going to look forward to. But hey, we all have our different ways of doing it, so we shall see. But yes, so the calendar, end of November, it will be on sale, and you'll be able to buy packets of 10 Christmas cards with two design, 5 each of 2 designs, and also you can get. I'll have a limited number of a set of 12 cards individually wrapped of each of the 12 scenes, so you could get those in card form as well as the calendars. They will be on sale individually as well. So it's all really quite exciting, but it's kind of like I'm juggling. I feel like I'm juggling lots and lots and lots of things just now. And of course, I didn't make life easy for myself for deciding last week to do the charity Poppy Sugar Mouse event. Having still working through, I've still got some sugar mice to make, primarily from the last shop event at the end of October, plus also the autumn trees mice. So hey, it's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Yes, if you want something done, ask a busy person. I think that's the saying. But I'll be quite looking forward to. This is the weekend that we're away for our my postponed birthday weekend trip away. We're going up to Grassington in North Yorkshire. It's a stone's throw from where I used to live in Summerbridge, which is near Harrogate. And this is when I was a lawyer. When I first started doing clinical negligence, I worked in Harrogate, which is a lovely town. It's a really pretty town. I've not been back there for ages, so it'll be lovely to kind of have a wee stomp around, the old. Actually, no, not a stomp around the old stomping ground, but it would be nice to go back to somewhere that I've not been for at least 15 years and probably a lot longer. So Harrogate's a lovely place. Time to dive into the comments because apparently for some reason I can't see either. I can only see myself or the comments, but not both at the same time. So I may look a bit sort of vague and distracted when I'm reading the comments. Anyway, so, we've got Peggy over here as well from the States. Hello, Peggy. Hello. And yes, Sarah's here as well. Hello, Sarah. Lovely to see you as well. Well, lovely to read your comment on it anyway. So, but I mean, one thing I'm not having to look ahead to. I'm really enjoying. I am and have really enjoyed the Squeak Show, and you'll understand when I say, and I'm looking forward to moving on from it. I'm looking forward to doing something else because I've had so many ideas for this year, throughout this year, a lot of which I've managed to sort of do. But I'm quite looking forward just to having that sort of the liberty and the freedom just to play and to take on more requests and maybe go back to either I don't know how to do it. I know that I kind of abandoned doing the lotteries. Um, and maybe I'll go back to doing maybe one of those once every couple of months or so. Because I know that you enjoyed them. So that's something to think about. I want to take on more commissions. I've got more ideas for the sugar mice, of course. I don't know why. I'm just smitten by them. I've kind of fallen in love with them all over again, having first found them, 11 years ago or something, 10, 11 years ago when I first made them. And now it's just like, oh, they've just come back into their own. It's lovely. So, it'd be really helpful if you let me know if you've got any ideas, any thoughts, any suggestions, any ideas. I mean, I'll just keep, playing with whoever wants to come out and play. And I always love it when, I know I've not taken on a lot of commissions this year, but I have done a few, particularly the ones where folk come, oh, this would be just perfect for such and such. And that's what I love. They're the commissions that I really love doing because it's something special and it's a collaboration and you build ideas and you come up back and forth and then whatever comes out is actually a true collaboration between me, the wee creatures, and whoever's asked me to make them. So yeah, it would be good to do that again. I may be doing another sculpting course next May. Now this has been postponed from May last year, May 2020. And you'll remember that I did the animal sculpting course. Well, this is an animal portrait course, so I was thinking of doing Zeus. So we'll see how that goes. That's in May. If it goes ahead, we'll see. I think they are running courses again, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, next year, 2022, who knows what's going to be around? I mean, the Squeak Show just popped out of thin air, more or less. Well, after 10 years gestation and all that, but it really did. It sort of sprung out on New Year's Eve and it just came together so quickly. And I love it when that happens. That's when I know that something's right because it flows and it's so much fun and things just happen and they work and they just so I love it when things like that happen, and they happen really quite often, actually. I know that Rachel Pettit, who does the wonderful autumn trees, and the winter trees, she's going to make a handful of winter trees. Do you remember with the snowballing mice last year? So she's going to make me a few of those. I know at least one person, that's you, Sarah, is wanting. I think you're wanting a set of winter trees, snowballing mice. But we've got lots of ideas for next year. So there's going to be more collaborations there with Rachel and Paul of Phoenix Glass. He and I are back in touch as well. And I've got some more ideas. I'm kind of going, that pottery that you're doing now? Yeah, I've got an idea. Anyway, so we're going to have a chat when he's back up from Swansea from his Christmas market, and also once he's all settled into his new house and his very swanky new workshop. If you've not seen it, go over to his page because wow, I'm slightly envious. Not very envious because I love it here. You know how much I love this workshop and I really, really do. But I am tripping over boxes just now. Absolutely. Yes, it's just full of boxes. Lots and lots of boxes, and I haven't had a chance really to sort of clear stuff away. And I want to do more Millefiori. I mean, I so enjoyed doing the mice and the cats and the snails the last time. And they work so well with the sugar mice and the whole idea of flowery mice and patterned mice, and cats as well and snails. But the sugar mice I think are really, oh, they've just got me with a bad case of smit at the moment. I'm just rather smitten by them. They are just good fun. And at the very least, on the 28th of November, as well as the calendar and the cards, I will have done a lot of Christmas pudding sugar mice and some other sugar mice, Christmas design sugar mice. And then I'll go, I will be making, I'm not just making sugar mice. I don't want you to think that, but because I'll be doing the calendars and the cards as well, it's easier if I can just have one design and or a handful of designs rather than trying to make one of every single creature, which I tend to do. And particularly when I introduce rainbow colours to it as well, then it's one of every single creature with every single colour of accessory. This is where I'm slightly OCD, I think, where, if I'm going to do rainbows, then I must do a range of every single rainbow colour and not just the popular ones. It's got to all be just so. And if I'm going to do different creatures, then I've got to do one of each of every single creature so that none of the others feel left out. Yeah, I know, it sounds a bit daft. And I am I'm conscious of catching myself when I go off and having but I've got to do this. And I set myself all these targets of what I've got to do and how many I've got to make of this. And I've got to make sure that I've got equal. So I do watch myself with it, but sometimes it's just very pleasing, when you see, the rainbow colours all lined up, and when you see a range of the creatures all lined up together. Yeah, I love doing all the windmill creatures were super. I've actually got a few more windmills from the lass who made them. And they're so gorgeous, and I can't wait to give them to more creatures because I think not every single creature has had them yet. So that this is so many ideas, so many plans. And I'm so grateful to you all for posting pictures and memes and articles and videos and things in the group because it's just lovely. It's such a happy place to be. I really do enjoy hanging out there. So long may that continue. And I'm not forgetting, actually, we did talk about it, about the queerness connection, because that's really how I see queerness, and that was Rachel who came up with this idea. Um, and it does describe what queerness is about. But the Queeraholics Anonymous is quite an established kind of, TM trademark branding now. We'll see. I know it's there. Every time that I'm in the QA group, I'm always thinking the connections that we have and the friendships that I've built up over the years, and the friendships that some of you have built within the group as well. You know, it's really rather lovely. So, and I'm looking at myself as I'm talking. So let's get on. We have some more comments, I hope, actually, just so I can stop blethering on for a little bit. Um, so yes, so Alison, oh, you've been to Harrogate too. Yes, it is so lovely. Um, and Sharon Weiss, I haven't seen, it's lovely to have you on the call. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you. It's good to see you. You must come back down to the Bristol area again soon. That's a lovely part of the woods. That's a lovely neck of the woods. So yes, it's been a year, hasn't it? It's been a couple of years. I think that's really the best way to say it. All we can do is keep smiling and just keep focusing on all the amazing things. I've been loving going out for walks. I try and get out for an hour's walk every day now, because I realised that I was just coming into work, sitting for like 9 hours and not really moving very much. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying getting out and about. I've found all sorts of wonderful little walks, including several bridges over the motorways that we have, because where I am in Castleton, it's sort of bounded by the M62 motorway, and it's got a sort of a small spur motorway, the M627, on the way into Rochdale. And I've crossed at least three bridges over them and have gone under two underpasses under the motorways. And there's some lovely little corners, little patches of paradise, and particularly in this time of year. I mean, the colours in autumn, I love them. It's just magic. It's just magical. So, although it's been a bit wet, that's the only thing. I will still go out though, and I will come back, and I'll be very damp. But it's still lovely just to go out and march, and you get the streets to yourself because nobody else is daft enough to be out and walking around. And I may have a Starbucks nearby. I may have a Costa within walking distance. But if I go to there, then I make sure that it's as part of like a sort of 4 or 5 mile round trip, so I can justify having a toasty just to keep me going, and make sure that I'm yes, well provisioned for the trip, shall we say. But I also go to the post office most days as well. Even if it's just to post one thing, then it's a good reason, it's a good excuse for getting out. So I will make sure that all the poppy creatures are posted out by the end of the week for those who haven't had theirs bunking up. Um, anything else that I wanted to say about anything in particular? Not entirely sure. Hmm. Oh well. Oh, actually, just back to the Squeak Show. So next year, Jacqueline, amazing card maniac. Well, that's her business name, by the way. She is a card maniac as well, but her business name is Card Maniac. And she's off swimming, I think, at the moment. But she is going to. She's done some of the. She did the little rainbows and the clouds for August's Squeak Show, and she made the little Valentine's cards for February's Squeak Show. She's been great, and she's helping out with putting all the scenes, all the calendar scenes into frames so they can actually be displayed properly. And I love this idea. She's already started on them. She's really looking forward to it. So next year, the plan will be to auction them off, probably by eBay. There may be a few, because some of the scenes have got quite a few mice, and she's been able to put them into a few, some smaller scenes, so divided up the scene basically. So the main scene will be auctioned off, probably on eBay, for each month. So the January mice will, or the January scene will be on auction in January, February, etc., etc. So that's going to be good fun. I'm so glad that these mice that I've had so much fun with, and they are having so much fun. I can't wait to show you the calendar. I can't wait. So it'll be lovely that they will be available in some form. The sort of the smaller individual mice will probably, I can put them into a shop event or something. And I'm also hoping to raffle off a full set of the Squeak Show mice, possibly with a display case. That's still under discussion at the moment. But if we can, then I'll raffle them off for charity, and somebody will be able to have a full set of Squeak Show mice. And helping a really good cause. So lots to look forward to, basically. It's such good fun. I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. And I've really enjoyed what I've been doing for 12 years, and I wish everybody really enjoyed what they do too. I think most of it is a state of mind. I think you can choose to enjoy something or you can choose not to. You get to choose. I'm just very lucky that, yes, I choose to have fun, but my goodness, how can you not have fun with mice and other wee creatures? I do have some ideas for some sugar guinea pigs. That's my little, oh, there's a word, isn't it? Like I don't know, planting a seed or a, anyway, it's a little nugget to look forward to. We'll see how they go. But yes, so, oh, lots of things ahead, lots of ideas. And it's just fun. It's just lots of fun. So thank you for playing with me. Thank you for enjoying the wee creatures as much as I do, because it's just they do bring something special with them. And I think it's a giggle that I've said this for many years. I've felt this for many years, that when I make it, each time I make a wee creature, big, small, whatever, whichever one it is, there's a wee giggle that's within them, and then they take that out into the world wherever they go, and that's really nice. Yeah, they have a wee piece of me that go out into the world, and they bring the happiness and the joy that I have and feel and get from the work that I do. They have that too, and I hope that they can sprinkle that wherever they go. So this really was a proper blether, a proper blether. I will now go out and make sure that I don't accidentally nudge the Kirsten Proof electric window lock again. It was a bit embarrassing, I have to say. I was a bit mortified, and you could tell that he was a bit kind of like, yeah, yeah, you might want to have checked that, but he got his call out fee, and I've learned a good lesson of just not to go straight to somebody else has got to fix this. No, I can probably do something myself first of all. All is good. All is good. I will have one quick shifty through the comments to see. Oh, and we've got Christie's back from Los Angeles. Sorry, I was just that just spun away. Wow, welcome back, welcome back. And I'm really silly sausage. This is Darren, aka Vicky. Yes, I am a silly sausage. It must be said. Very embarrassing, but we did have a laugh about it, and well, hey, these things happen. So, right, I think that's it. So I shall see you all in the group tomorrow. Will be back. The finger will be back in action, making action. Hopefully tomorrow, once I finish processing all the orders from Sunday, and then I'll have the final tally, the final total for how much I'm going to be. We are all going to be donating to the Royal British Legion for the red poppy sugar mice and to the Blue Cross Animal Charity for the purple poppy mice, sugar mice. So thank you again for everybody who took part in that, and I shall see you in the group tomorrow. I'm going to go off home now and drink the tea that is getting steadily colder. And actually, Enrique will have a cup of tea waiting for me. Bless him. He's so sweet. I'm very lucky. So, have a wonderful evening, day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. And thank you once again for being here. And I shall see you soon. Bye.